Ladies, let's this notion right now. I'm tired of hearing y'all say he fumbled me. No, he didn't. He turned you over to the other team. You was no longer needed on that team. You wasn't even a good person. We talking about being a good. You're not a good person. A good woman wakes up every day and takes accountability and responsibility for their life. You get what I'm saying? They read their Bible, they get in it. They have self-regulate their emotions. They're a good person, they're good people. They don't put their boss above their man. They don't put social media above their man. They don't put so-called friends above their man. A good woman will always respect her man and put her man first. But not you. You gonna get on there and play victim. You gonna get on there and say, everybody, he's controlling me. How is he controlling you when he care about you? Because he's protecting and providing for you. You're just not a good person. But you want to say somebody fumbled you. I guarantee you that you're a loser. I guarantee you that you're going to end up back worse than you was before you met him. He's doing a good deed for you and putting you in position. But I guarantee you, if he leaves you, you leave him, you will not do better than a good man. You will go back to what's comfortable. You got to operate in chaos and deal with a who going to let you drink, smoke, and crash out, and you're going to be worse than you ever was. You can't do better than a good man. Sometimes that one good man is your blessing. But you going to fumble that. He didn't fumble you because you're not even a good person. You're a loser. You're a loser all on your own because that's what you do. You don't only know how to operate in chaos and be a loser. So quit telling people that he fumbled me when you fumbled your own life. You're not even good at being a good person to yourself, loser.
The man who tolerates everything will usually become the most disrespected man in the relationship. A lot of men think being a good partner means being endlessly patient, forgiving, and understanding, and they believe that just because they keep giving chances and letting things slide, eventually their partner will respect and appreciate them, right? No, that's not how respect works. Respect is built on boundaries, and boundaries only matter when they're actually enforced. If somebody can raise their voice at you, dismiss you, ignore you, and cross the same line again and again and again without consequences, what message are you sending your partner? You're teaching them that behavior is acceptable. What gets tolerated gets repeated, and over time the dynamic starts to shift. Instead of seeing you as strong and grounded, they begin to see you as somebody who will just keep accepting anything just to keep the peace. And when somebody believes that there are no consequences for disrespect, guess what? The respect slowly starts to disappear. This is where many men get confused. They think being calm, patient, and understanding means tolerating everything. But I'm sorry, it doesn't. Being a good man does not mean allowing yourself to be walked all over like a doormat. Healthy relationships require accountability on both sides. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do for yourself and for the relationship is calmly say, you know what? That behavior is not acceptable, because when a man tolerates everything, he slowly teaches people how little that they need to respect him. And that is not okay. But when a man has clear standards and boundaries, he teaches people how to treat him, and they do it. And the truth is, people respect the man who respects himself. Simple.
The alpha widow is the guy who made the most alpha impression upon that woman of all the lovers, all the people she's been intimate with for all of her life. You're the most alpha she's ever been with. She's going to be alpha widowed for anybody that comes after you. She's going to be pining for that guy for the rest of her life. This meme is funny. How she looks when you tell her to block the guy who quote unquote raped her, because it's true. That's why her quote unquote rapist is the alpha she is widowed from. It's an unflattering truth about female nature.
Rollo Tomassi sells to men something called the alpha widow. The idea is that once a woman sleeps with a dominant enough man or an alpha, she's ruined forever. She'll always think about that one guy, always secretly craving him, never able to fully desire you. It's one of his most popular ideas, but it's complete garbage. Here's why. Rollo uses pseudoscience based on evolutionary psychology to trick his audience. The real Evo Psych finding that he's borrowing from is called the Coolidge effect, which is the renewed interest in novel partners. However, it's mostly observed in men. Dietrich Klussman studied couples and found something that kills the alpha widow myth. A woman desire correlates with the emotional closeness of a current relationship. When the connection is strong, the desire holds. When it fades, desire fades with it. There is no biological mechanism where a high status ex damages her ability to bond with you now. It doesn't exist. He had to invent it to create more insecurity to sell his. He sells this idea because it hands an insecure man an excuse. It's easier to believe some past alpha ruined her than to do the actual work of building a connection. Your partner's desire is not held hostage by someone in her past. It's built by how you show up now.
And you know, men are looking, because a lot of modern women, they're excited, they are enthusiastic, and they're trying to create vibes. And what men are noticing and what's making them, and this is what, well, you know, the vibes were off. He doesn't really feel like he's romantic, felt like more like he was a friend. In some instances, that's a man being cautious and saying, is she really like this? Or is she just putting on? That would be a woman's form of love bombing. You'd be love bombing a man. Oh, I'm so into you. I'm so interested. When really you're not interested. You just, you know, trying to put your emotions out there and act like you're so excited to get him to pay for that expensive dinner.
Only a rich man can afford to marry a woman just for her looks. An average man will marry a woman for comfortability and sustainability, meaning that your looks did not play a part in his decision-making when it came down to choosing you for his wife. At this point, most women should understand that the average man does not marry the woman that he is highly attracted to or the woman that he is actually in love with. They marry what's safe. Average income earning women who will more than likely marry average income earning men do not need to take the advice of rich people when it comes to love and relationships. They go by a completely separate set of rules. See, when you have to budget in life, there are more things that are important than your looks. A man will get with you because you're reliable, because you're consistent, because you're good at financing and running a house and taking care of children, and you're a good cook. It will be a list of things as to why he decided to marry you, but your beauty will not be at the top of that list. So what I'm saying to my young ladies is don't invest a whole lot of money in your looks when you know that you are going to go out here and just marry an average man. It's a waste of an investment. Put that money into something else. Y'all go out here and get all of this surgery done to yourselves just to marry a man who makes $75,000 a year. Not saying that's not a good income, but there are other things that are way more important when you have to budget a lifestyle. Rich women can go out here and get everything done to themselves, and no one will judge them for it because their investment is in their looks, because more than likely that man that she's married to married her not so much for her brains, but because she's extremely beautiful and she has to maintain that look for as long as possible. Just saying.
A friend of mine said, the sooner men realize, understand, and accept the fact that women don't make sense and they're not supposed to make sense, 99% of their problems with women will just vanish.
I find it odd how women want to be taken seriously, but simultaneously they infantilize themselves all the time. Like, they want you to see them. First of all, me preface this by saying I absolutely see women as my equals. That's what I'm saying, right? But I'm saying they want to be taken seriously, but they constantly degrade their own intelligence, right? Like, they said they should be treated equal in 2025 and this, that, and the third. But then they'll say something like, oh, I'm just a girl. What does that mean? Like, every time they say, oh, I'm such a girl, it's something about them making a joke about how incompetent they are. But why do you associate being a woman with being incompetent? Like, you're degrading yourself. So why are you doing that? Like, what do you mean that once you realize that a woman is a woman and they're not supposed to make sense, so you're just saying that there's no rationale in a woman's mind? Like, you're saying that women are not capable of reason, right? And why would you say that about yourself? To escape accountability for the time being? But all you're doing is putting down women's ability to be taken seriously at all. Let's say all men adopted the mindset of, once you realize that a woman's not supposed to make sense, all your problems will disappear. That means no man will ever take a woman serious in any regard because she doesn't make sense. She's not capable of rationale. She's not capable of being rational.
And you know, y'all keep on thinking because a man has opted out of dating and just stopped dating, that the man is bitter, that the man just hates women, when it's really just a cost benefit analysis. That's it. Am I getting what I put out? And if I have to look at myself and say, I need to do better, well, maybe I don't need to be dating at that point in time. So that's one way. But if I look at myself and I'm saying, okay, I've got a couple of places that I can improve, right? But, you know, I'm kind of still looking. But when I look out there and I see maybe 2 or 3 things that I have to take care of versus you thinking that you're better than me, and you saying, well, you got 10 things to take care of and I have none. I have none to take care of. A man is going to look at that and be like, delusional. So she says, I have tons of things to take care of, but she has none. I'm self-aware. I know there's probably a handful of things that I could do better, but she's saying she ain't got nothing to improve on. She's not even standing there thinking about what she can improve on. It's time for me to go sit down somewhere.
Here are 3 signs that a man is done with you. And the moment you see these 3 signs, you do not beg him to stay. You do not beg ever. Sign number 1, he does not argue with you. And you might think that's a good sign because you're not fighting, but it really just means he does not care enough to argue. Sign number 2 that a man is done with you is when he stops trying to make plans. Remember when he used to say, hey, what are you doing next Saturday? Hey, let's go out for drinks. Hey, let's go out here. I want to see you. If he doesn't initiate plans anymore, if he's always just busy, if he doesn't want to see you in person on a consistent basis, that man does not care about you. And sign number 3 that a man is done with you is when he is physically there with you, but mentally he is somewhere else. Now, if this happens once or twice, that just means he's distracted. But if this happens constantly, like he's there with you, but you don't notice the same energy as he used to have before, you don't notice that he gives you the same level of effort as before, that man is quietly falling out of love with you. Listen, you deserve a man who argues because he cares, a man who makes plans to see you, and a man who is fully there with you. And if this guy can't give you that, then you get the hell out of his life. Now listen, you can talk to a man in a way that makes him want to commit to you, in a way that makes him want to put more effort into the relationship. That's why I wrote a book called Talking to Men that teaches you how to do that without you having to beg for anything. If you want to read that book, it's an amazing book. It is on my profile right underneath my profile picture.
Just can't take these hoes anywhere.
Can't do all of that yelling. You can't act like a hood rat everywhere. It just does not work like that.
Can you imagine Clay taking Megan to his white, skinny, like meek mother, and like what his mother must have thought about this woman? And then she goes online, like this wholesome lady goes online and like looks up Meg Thee Stallion, and all she sees is and WAP and her scissoring Cardi B. No mother in their right mind is going to want their son to settle down with Meg Thee Stallion.
I think instead of these women being like, oh, why did this happen? They should be like, Megan, why are you selling us lies? Why are you lying to us and telling us that we can get these things and that you're a certain type of way, but you're over here trying to be a wife, but you're telling us ourselves and you're telling us to be promiscuous and to be hot girls and hotties, and then you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Same thing with Lotto. You're telling these women that you're going to go get and that you're going to kill your baby and that you're single with no kids, and you make this whole brand off of this, but then you become a baby mama. Same thing with Cardi B.
You know what it shows in the ultimate self-betrayal that these women have not only done to themselves, but to other women. It shows that deep down, it doesn't matter how much of a loud, boisterous, feminist woman that you claim to be. At the end of the day, you want a man.
Men don't come up to you. Not even. Nobody comes up to you in the club Nobody comes up to you in the club. They be scary as fuck, and I don't understand why.
You mean to tell me no man wants to go up to a woman in the club who is obviously making TikTok videos and hanging out with one guy and a girl who's flipping other people off? Nobody wants to come up to a woman like that? Of course not. And ma'am, just looking at the background, you have to go to a club that actually has people to complain about men not coming up to you in a club. But this is very classic. As a person who worked in clubs in Los Angeles and Orange County, ran clubs for a decade, women make a lot of mistakes when going to a club. One, why are you hanging out with the guy? That would completely stop several men, likely the men that you would want, to come up to you, because it's almost adjacent to disrespectful for a man to kind of crash a group of friends that includes men. That's one. And then two, coming to a club and making videos, TikTok videos, that is absolutely a no-no, and that will also turn off another percentage of men. So just with those two things alone, you are already cutting down the pool of men that would want to come up to you. And then to add that you have a friend that's obviously a hater because she's flipping off the camera, she will be likely the person that tries to pull you away from the guy when a guy is into you and you're into him. You know that friend, oh, she doesn't want to be with you. Let's go, girl. Let's go, girl. That type of friend. She obviously seems like that type of friend. So this is the choices that men have to pick from when they go to a club, and I understand why men have stopped going.
And men, you have to understand that men work off of respect, right? So if I'm seeing, hey, why is he not, really chasing me and begging for me? And I want him to really, really want me and love me and all that stuff. I get it. But, if a man is getting out there chasing, you think about being in the middle of nowhere, just chasing. And at some point in time, you're going to be like, what am I doing running? What are we running for? What am I running for? Is there danger? Like, what's the situation? And that's what's happening. Men have stopped and started questioning why they're actually chasing. What am I running for? Who am I running after? Who am I running away from? And when you see men stop and start to do that analysis, now it gets clarity on, oh, well, what the heck? Why am I going in this direction? Ain't nothing over here for me. And that's when you stay over there and you sit over there like, oh man, he just quit chasing me. Because he stopped running and he started thinking. And once he started thinking, he got some mental clarity and was like, oh, she wasted my time. Let me go run in the next. Let me go run in the other direction, towards my goals, towards my vision, toward my aspiration. Let me go back that way. Let me find somebody back that way that actually likes me. That's why you're missing out on these good guys.
On today's episode of Avoiding Accountability. Now she's a victim. Hey man, listen, do it. Do it. Do it. You wasn't worried about your mental health of Talia when you was falsely accusing him of getting of SAing you. You wasn't worried about your mental health when you was on there talking about a package. You wasn't worried about mental health when you was calling people ugly. You wasn't worried about mental health then when you made up that and asked for $2,000. You wasn't worried about mental health. Then you gonna wake up today and put a loud talking about you just bought you a Benz truck and from Google and them folk that reverse engineered that picture and found out that was a lie. Gonna sit there and say that boy SA'd you and found out that was a lie. Man, why they be making these bitches at, man? This don't make no sense. Now these motherfuckers, anytime a woman, you know what, I ain't gonna say, nope. This ain't all women. This a league of her own. Anytime a motherfucker like that got his face with accountability, now all of a sudden, oh, my mental health is bad. Goodbye, y'all. Bitch, do it. You want it off yourself, do it. I mean, I be like, do it. Bitch, look at you like. I know it's a little insensitive. I'm sorry, but yeah, fuck her. We ain't feeling no sorry because she wasn't feeling sorry when she was trying to ruin people's lives and careers. If you have not finished your Christmas shopping and you're looking for last-minute great deals, I advise you. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, Memorable Treasures is the place. 50% off every ticketed item. 50% off. Don't get beat in the head for Christmas. Come down to South Lake Mall, Memorable Treasures, 50% off everything. Chains, watches, rings, earrings, whatever you need. Wedding bands if you've been a good woman, or just an emerald for your side chick. Memorable Treasures, 50% off sale. It's their ugly money. I'll see y'all at South Lake.
While I was pregnant, I broke up with him. So when I had her, I actually didn't call him to come be a part of the birth. And I think he was a little begrudged, but that's neither here nor there. That was for me. I wanted to have that moment be sacred and special. I wanted to be able to be focused, you know, and just be supported by my mom, my sisters, my aunts, my grandmother. I definitely wasn't myself for a long time.
Here's my issue with this whole thing. A lot of women think that the baby is theirs. Yeah, you carried the baby for 9 months. Yeah, you went through labor and delivery. That's no small thing. But that child is as equally yours as it is the father's. And for you to deny the father the opportunity to see his child being born, that's one of the most selfish things you can do as a woman, as a mother. A lot of women are very selfish and self-centered. They always say, my child, my baby. And y'all think that the father doesn't have any rights to the baby just because you carried the baby for 9 months. You wouldn't have had that baby had it not been for him inserting that sperm into and fertilizing them eggs. Once you have a child, it's no longer about you. It's no longer about how you feel. It's what's the best interest for the child. If that father is not physically, verbally, or none of that, then there's no reason for you to be stripping him of the opportunity to see his child being born. But then turn around and want to put the man on child support.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury.
We're gonna shit on the fact that it takes men to become accomplished to even be seen. Just minimizing it all because it's just so hard because we get so much attention now and we gotta filter through everything now and make sure it's right now. It's easy, motherfucker. Just don't be a hoe. Look good, smell good, be nice, be fit, be feminine, and don't be a hoe. Good to go. I go for women, God. Don't give a damn how fat your is, how greasy your is, how skinny your is, how ugly your is, man. Bro, all you gotta do is bat your eyes and show a little bit of attention to men in general, dog. Somebody gonna bite. It's like shooting fish in the barrel for a pull a dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? In a drop of a dime, all you gotta do, post a little picture, looking for some attention on Instagram, dog. The comments gonna be comment and the likes gonna be liking, bro. You can get attention, you can get gifts, you can get money, you can get intimacy, you can get trips, you can get whatever the you want just because your exists, but your is too spoiled and too entitled to realize the amount of access to everything you got and be sitting here trying to on a man's perspective. Y'all lost me. Ain't out here easy for a man.
And what you're seeing from a lot of these guys is they're more selective in the time that they give to people. Their family, friends, all of that's golden because those are people usually that have invested in them, that have shown them love, that have been with them, that have, ride or die. That's my boy. Hey, I got a homegirl. You know what I mean? Those are the people that have shown them love, that have talked to them, that have counseled with them, that have supported them. Those are the type of people that have their back. They are there, loud, every time you need them. Hey man, I'm here to support you. Not only with my resources, money, finances, you got my voice too. You need me to speak up for you on your behalf. You need some of these brothers out there. They'll get out there and rumble with you, man. I ain't condoning nothing now. I ain't condoning. I'm just saying they get out there and rumble with you a little bit. Okay, so they'll do that. But for modern women, you don't get those same perks because you don't say it. First of all, you don't reciprocate. Second of all, you don't show that same type of loyalty back. I'm not going to get anything back from you. So you're not going to get those perks from me at all.
I know who have been shot by other and they don't get a 50-year order for protection.
The Republican Party of Minnesota calling on U.S. Senate candidate Royce White, one of their own, to suspend his campaign. Today's announcement coming after reports surfaced over alleged threats White made against his ex-wife and his children.
Let's talk about your baby mothers, and let's talk about your this.
What a segue.
Let's get into dating. You're here on the podcast with two girls. We want to know about your baby mamas. We want to know about this 50-year protective order.
I think at that age, when I was 21, 22, and she was 25, I think she sort of looked at the situation like, here I gave up my modeling career and you just got released from your team. This isn't the life that I envisioned.
Yeah, you know, what are you trying to imply? Are you trying to say that you think that she signed up to be a basketball wife and that's why she relinquished her modeling career, and then when she found out she wasn't going to be a basketball wife, she left you?
But I always had to hear how motherhood wasn't good enough, that modeling, was this thing that she had missed out on, and motherhood wasn't an adequate substitute. And not only did I reject that notion, but I kind of resented it, because here we brought two children into the world and they're not good enough. I think the entire desire to have a family or to be married just functioned as a mechanism of her to control me. I mean,
so you're saying she's the controlling one?
Oh, I mean, that's obvious. She ends up pepper spraying me. She got so angry. No, wait a second. She got so, I didn't attack her. I didn't run towards her. I just told her, shut your mouth. And I'm just telling you all my personal shit, but
You do not want to waste your energy and time on random dates. Ask them this question the next time you are on a date. Ask them, is there something I should know right now that might surprise me later? क्या कुछ ऐसा है that you want to tell me that might surprise me later? And see how they respond. A lot of times things will come up that you might not be ready for. Sometimes things will come up that you might be able to navigate. But that in itself will save so much of random talks and so much beating around the bush. Because at the end, जब compatibility की बात आती है, then more than knowing what works, knowing what does not work will save a lot of your time.
Okay, I love this guy. I really do. But this one, I gotta push back. Here's the problem. Most people don't even know themselves enough to answer that question, first of all, okay? They're coming to that date desperate to be chosen, desperate to say the right thing, desperate to not mess it up. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna lie. Not even on purpose. They'll just tell you what they think you wanna hear. Because here's the thing, a lot of people know exactly what to say, all the right words. But when it comes to actions, they fall apart. So if you're not paying attention, you're gonna fall for it every single time. So here's my real advice. Don't just listen to the answer. Watch their reaction. Ask the question, then shut up and watch. Do they get uncomfortable, defensive? Do they actually pause and think? Or do they fire back a perfect, polished answer like they have rehearsed it? That reaction, that's the truth, not the words. See, if life was as simple as just asking one question and you'll know, we'd all be in healthy relationships right now. But we are not. And look, if you haven't done your own work, if you're still desperate to be chosen, you're going to believe whatever pretty words someone throws at you. So yeah, ask the question, but watch the reaction. And for the love of God, stop being so gullible. Words are cheap, patterns aren't. That's it. That's my post.
I know that this is like a very sensitive topic because a lot of men out there are like, well, F that, I just won't approach women anymore. And on the other side of the spectrum, I firmly do believe that if a woman wants to be approached by a good man, she needs to make it way more obvious. However, most women are not doing that because making it be obvious that she wants to be approached is outside of her social conditioning. Now, with that said, here are 3 subtle signs because usually women are giving off subtle signs that she actually does want to be approached. All right, so the first one is if she looks at you or in your direction more than once, even if it's very brief, it's generally a sign that she's checking you out, that she is interested. Again, women are socially conditioned, good, right, wrong, or otherwise, don't feel the messenger, that looking and staring and making deep eye contact with someone for an extended period of time is not socially appropriate. So don't expect her to like flash her titties at you or to like stare at you until you come over. It's usually going to be a quick glance and a look away, and if she does it more than once, it's usually a good sign. All right, number 2 is just to look at her body language. Is she open to you? Look where her feet are pointing. If she is directly not making eye contact and pointing somewhere entirely different, she probably does not want to be approached. But if you notice that after that first, maybe second time, she's looking in your direction and her body starts to shift, especially, I'm not standing, but especially if her feet, if her legs, if they all start to like move in your direction, even if subtly, that is a sign, again, use common sense, that she wants to be approached. Number 3 is a smile. She's probably not going to give you some like big, huge smile with a neon sign, but she'll probably give you a subtle smile, something with her lips closed, something small, something very, very brief. I would say that in conjunction with the other 2 would be a go to approach her.
I'm 30 years old. Not one of my friends has children. 0. No one. No one's having kids. Do you know how hard you need to abuse a mammal to make them not have children? Like for real. Like let's step here back a moment, right?
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, look, GDP goes up. People have have enough food, and whatever. No one's having kids, and this is across the world. This is across both the West, the East, everywhere it's happening. There's a thing that happens, especially with younger like even younger than me. Like the kids are like 18 today. There's a huge problem where they don't dance. No one dances. They go to clubs and they don't dance. Why is this? Because you get recorded. Yeah. If you're an 18-year-old kid, you go to a club, you get recorded. If you approach a girl and you mess it up, you get recorded. Everything is panoptic on them. So if you had to ask me why, my answer is technology. My answer is social media. My answer is AI. My answer is algorithms. Do you know what dating app algorithms do? Do you know how they optimize? They don't optimize for you to meet your love of your life. They optimize you to keep coming back to the app.
Yeah.
And now there's a thing that basically we have sold out all of our dating norms, all of our, interpersonal norms to tech companies without our consent to optimize their ad algorithm. I think there's a deep thing where we as a society have not dealt with the fact that we have to steward technology responsibly. We have treated technology as a Wild West.
Absolutely.
Just everyone can do whatever they want. Just sell all of our younger generation's dating lives to corporations for profit. So I think the real problem is that we are, as a society, as a government, the generations that came before me, and also my generation, I don't want to exclude myself from this, but also the generations came before me, just let technology rip. The promise was, if you let technology rip, if you let internet rip, there will be democracy, freedom, and happiness, and economic growth. And where is that? And I think my generation is noticing that broken promise.
And, a lot of these men have moved on to greener pastures, if I can say it like that. They've moved on to better things. They've moved on to not chasing women around. And so you might be asking the question, or, I'd be wondering why a man is not willing to beg, right? And as a matter of fact, my wife and I just got through watching, this show. I think it's on Netflix called My Worst, or The Worst Ex Ever, or something like that. And you look at these women and they cry and they complain. And I think I might have only seen the first 2 episodes, right? And you don't want to condone what people are doing to the victims, but you hear the victims talk about what they've gone through, and then you'd be like, why did you even put yourself through that? But yet instead, y'all are getting into relationships. Modern women are getting into relationships with criminals. Literal, and this is not an exaggeration. They're on the books, official criminals. They're felons. Oh, well, I loved him and I just couldn't part ways. The man takes advantage of the woman sexually. And she's, oh, well, I still couldn't leave him. Are you joking? But y'all sit out here and give the good man flack. You want the good man to get down on bended knee and beg you to stay. You should be running it.